Welcome back to the Graybeard Podcast. I am Jim, this year's host. I don't know. Anyways, today I'm with she's my girlfriend's sister, so like sister-in-law by proxy. We'll just say that.
Sister, I know, mister.
And without further ado, I will introduce you to Amanda. Where's the oh. It's always better when someone else is doing this. I'm out of practice, so just bear with me.
Doing what?
Doing this.
Oh.
I don't mess with this stuff that often.
Does Pat do that?
He does all of it.
No.
I don't have to think about it.
That's nice. For some reason, my voice gets really low when I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. It's like I said, we've talked before, and we're just going to talk now. The only difference is we're going to talk about you. So you have been on a fitness, wellness, journey. Journey. She's been on a journey through lands.
It is a journey.
Yeah, it is a journey. But take me back to before you decided that this is what I'm going to do. And what was the impetus of that? What sparked it? Yeah, what kick-started it?
So I would say my breaking point was probably 2017. Went skydiving. Saw the video of me in the air.
Yeah.
And that was literally my turning point. I was not happy with what I saw.
So you saw a video of yourself and you weren't happy with what you saw, and it made you said, I got to make a change.
Yeah. And for some reason, that's when I kind of clicked in my head. And that's when I that's when I was I need to make a change. Got into kind of a CrossFit boot camp style gym. Really enjoyed it. I lost 30 pounds. I still struggled with food a lot. I still was more or less eating kind of whatever I wanted, maybe not as much. Mm-hmm. So I did lose weight, but still struggled a lot with food. Okay. But I found a gym that I liked, and then ended up getting married, having kids, gained a lot of weight back. And then about 2 years ago, started back in the gym. Thought I wanted to do the powerlifting route. Mm-hmm. Was doing that. Learned about counting macros, and that is when I started actually seeing the scale go down, and I was okay.
What are macros? You're talking to an idiot.
What is a macro?
No, I have been, I did kind of similar thing. Mm-hmm. I'm up and down with my fitness and my, all that good stuff. But when I got a divorce is what that was my impetus. That was what caused me. I was I need to start taking care of myself. I never went to the doctor. I would never go for physicals. In 20 something years of marriage, I was just probably close to death. And you can cough or do whatever.
I had a burp.
Let it out.
I didn't want to burp.
Like Shrek said, better out than in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was horrible, and at my heaviest, I think I was probably close. I was 210. Mm-hmm. And I'm 5'8", and that's not terribly big, but it was definitely overweight for me. But whenever that situation ended, I was just I went to the doc, and he was like, bro, we're about to put you on blood pressure medicine and all this stuff. So I just started, working out.
It clicked, yeah.
Yeah, but food, I never really thought too much about food and counting macros.
Yeah.
So, what is I know you asked me not to have you define things.
I can answer this one.
Okay.
I can answer this one. But macros it's basically the breakdown of your calories. So your protein, fat, and carbs. So discovered that, learned about that, and learned that I can still eat what I want as long as I can fit it in my macros.
Okay.
And so I still had freedom with food, but I was also able to lose weight.
Okay.
And just started getting like more serious in the gym. Counting my macros. And I was seeing changes.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling stronger in the gym. Like I was
Yeah.
getting definition. I was losing weight. I'm like, this is cool.
So like, would you say that like working out and eating better, like the just feeling stronger and being stronger is like and looking better is a side effect of doing right, by eating properly, working out, doing all those things.
And they go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Like when I go to the gym, it motivates me to like eat better.
Mm-hmm. Has it helped your self-esteem and all that good stuff?
Yeah. I mean, my self-esteem is still crap, but
Really?
Yeah. But it is a lot better than it used to be.
Well, you've come pretty far.
I would say getting a divorce has helped me in that too.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, we don't have to get into that. I know that's a touchy subject, but
no, that's not.
But
that's not what we're here to talk about. So.
Well, whatever. We're here to talk about whatever, but I mean, like I said, it's just a conversation, but I'm not going to pry in that because I know for me, it was a very private thing in the beginning,
mm-hmm.
and it's not so much anymore for me. But like, I'm not the type of person to like talk shit on my ex, even though I probably could. But
it's not even like talking shit. It's just like,
Yeah, you just grew apart.
We weren't
compatible.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. Whatever word you want to put on it, but it just didn't work out.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm a lot happier now, and that has helped my like self-esteem too. But yeah, definitely like getting in the gym, and I'm a lot more confident in my skin. We're never anybody that says they're 100% confident in themselves like that.
You don't believe it?
I don't know. We all have
our little things.
Yeah.
Oh, trust
insecurities.
me. I've got so many insecurities about myself, but I just don't display them.
Yeah.
I just weep quietly in the bathroom.
And body dysmorphia is a thing.
For sure.
So it's like sometimes I still think I'll look in the mirror and I still like feel just as big as I ever was,
Mm-hmm. That's so yeah. Yeah, somebody had told me one time that like if you imagine yourself like looking the way you want, and when you look in the mirror you imagine that and you start seeing that, and then it'll start happening. I guess it's kind of like The Secret, that book, The Secret. You have to, what do you manifest things in your life? The Secret.
I don't know. Yeah.
No, I don't believe it either. That book is kind of bullshit. I know a few people that have read it and they're like, oh, it's so true. I'm like, yeah, I believe it to a certain degree.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but
yeah, but what was I gonna say?
What were you?
Shit, I don't know. This is what happens during lives. I always forget where I'm at. I did write some notes, and you're like the first person that I've ever written notes for.
Oh,
so I mean,
why is that?
I don't know. I thought we had an actual, we actually had like a what do you call it? A dialogue to go over, and I wanted to make sure that like. Because I knew you were a little nervous about this. I wanted to make sure you had, I had good questions for you. But normally I just like talk. You know how we do.
Yeah.
And just talk.
Bullshit around.
Yeah. And we try to stay on topic, but sometimes we stray. I have that little bit of that ADHD on me, undiagnosed. I think everybody's got some of that right now.
Yeah. I think everybody has a little bit of ADHD, or it's just maybe a little autism, a little.
You get that theme.
All the stuff they put in our chicken.
Probably. And that is definitely something I wanted to talk to you about. I'm not saying that you're like a complete expert in food, but like I for sure wanted to get you guys' opinion on it. Like y'all are healthy. You try to eat healthy. You know how I live with. She likes to cook.
She can cook good.
She does. And I have somehow, miraculously, I've lost like 10 pounds.
Nice.
Well, we're talking about since the last time I was actually weighed by a doctor. So it's been a couple of years, but I went yesterday for a physical. But anyways, foods, certain foods that we are the only foods that we can buy. We're like landlocked. Whatever is in the grocery store, that's what you get. And you have to just trust that it's wholesome and that it's good.
Yeah.
And to me, it's like the more it says it on the package, the less I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen it. I don't know if you've ever tested this or had any issues, because I know you have young ones. But like my daughter, Gabby, she's got my grandson,
Yeah.
you know, and he was terrible. Just like he had a horrible,
Hyper.
just horrible disposition. Yeah. Super hyper and like would lash out and all this stuff. And they took him to the doctor and they said, you know, what is he eating?
Mm.
And she got rid of anything with like red and yellow dyes and like everything. So basically everything that's processed, she got rid of. And it started feeding him like...
So, like, she didn't just cut out dyes, she cut out, like, processed.
Processed. Yeah. No candy, none of that. No cakes, no bullshit. You know, it was just like the things that she would make, you know, or that her husband would make, Pat. But, and his attitude, like, completely changed. He got kicked out of like 3 preschools before this, and now his schools are all like, he's an angel, you know. So I definitely think that's just like my way of telling people sometimes that, like, best believe that food, whatever you put into this, it definitely influences this and your
gut
attitude.
Health is everything. That's like, yeah, a lot of things stem, and I'm like, I'm not an expert when it comes to food or anything like that. But yeah, I definitely believe that, like, so many things, like our mental health even, relates to like gut health. Like if our gut health is out of whack, like other things can be too. But yeah, I mean, I still eat plenty of things that, you know, I still eat sweets and.
But you think about it.
We just freaking ate Popeyes.
Yeah, but you obsess about it a little bit.
I do obsess about it. Yeah,
I've
that was
seen
one
you.
of yes. And that was one of the things that I like. I made a video about it on TikTok the other day. Like,
I'll be watching your TikToks.
Yeah. I definitely. I mean, I used to be 80 pounds heavier, so obviously, like, I love food, you know, and I've always, like, my family grew up going out to eat every single weekend, and like fun revolves around food. You know, that's how I grew up. And I've definitely always had like a food addiction. I mean, who doesn't love food, you know, let's be honest. But I feel like I kind of been in denial about it because, like, you know, I lost this weight and like obviously I do have discipline. You know, I lost 80 pounds. It's not like I'm just like eating whatever I want whenever I want. So I do have discipline, but there are times where it, like, I can't stop thinking about food. And
so what is okay, so I saw that you had said that before. You had talked about like being addicted to food. Where is the line between I need food to live and being addicted to food? Because I'm sure that I'm not discounting that there is like a real addiction to food.
Yeah.
But like I just, like, whenever I hear that, I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, I'm addicted to food too. I have to eat it. Like, I have to eat it.
That's why it's hard, because we do need food to survive.
Right.
Like when it comes to alcohol or drugs and stuff, you know, people being addicted to that, you don't need those things to survive. We need food to survive.
Right.
So it's like, yeah, if you want to lose weight, and you have to draw the line somewhere, obviously. But honestly, like, it's just about finding balance. I mean, truly. Like, I get more upset with myself when I know, like, I didn't need that thing, or if I ate too much of, you know, if I could like just allow myself one cookie and stop there. But usually when I have one cookie, like, I want
the whole box.
Yeah. So that's when I get frustrated.
I'm not going to tell you what I did last night. Actually, I will tell you what I did last night. So Alana made this shrimp, like Mediterranean shrimp.
I could not live here.
She's trying to cook a little healthier. It was like shrimp, green beans, and feta cheese.
Okay.
You know, and like some onions and whatever, olives, Kalamata olives, like mixed in there. It was super good.
Okay.
But after I got done, I was like, I get a sweet tooth. You know, I had
just ate healthy.
I ate 2 servings of it, so probably not a good idea, but still, probably wasn't the most fattening food to eat. But I got. She was going out last night, and I looked at Evie. We were staying in, and I said, "Hey, you want some ice cream?" So I went on DoorDash, found the little grocery store thing, and I ordered, Ben and Jerry's, and I was like, "You like donuts?" And she goes, "Yeah." So I bought 2 bags of the Entenmann's, those little white powdered donuts, and then I bought a cheesecake because you have to spend $30 to get the delivery fee.
Yeah, free delivery. Yeah.
So I was like, well, I got to keep going. Let's just keep going, and I ate almost the entire bag of, I got one for her and one for me. And I almost ate my entire bag. I ate half of the thing of Ben and Jerry's. Mm-hmm. And I woke up this morning and I felt like asshole casserole.
Yeah. Like you're hungover.
A little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I get the portion control. I think maybe that is where the line is.
Yeah. It's about reeling it in, controlling it, which I struggle with that. That's something that and that's when I beat myself up.
Yeah. So you'll have a moment and then you beat the hell out of yourself.
Yeah. I'm not proud of it. It's something that I'm working on.
Yeah. Now, you just mentally beat yourself up, or you go to the gym and just wear yourself out?
No. I mean, because I'm going to go to the gym anyways.
Uh-huh.
And I always murder myself in the gym. That's just pretty much an every gym occurrence thing.
So you had mentioned, yeah, right. You had mentioned you wanted to do, and I know you talked about that with me before, that you wanted to do the powerlifting, and do a competition or what have you. And now you said you don't want to do that anymore, or you're still interested, or.
So now,
where's your brain at?
So now, I'm more interested in the bodybuilding
okay.
route.
Okay.
So it is a goal of mine.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm 37 now.
Okay.
I want
You're young. You're a youngling.
I guess. Yeah. Although I was feeling very old at the mall earlier.
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's why I don't go.
I went to find some shirts and I literally just could not find shirts that
were your style.
Yeah, I was it was literally either 12-year-old stuff or 80-year-old stuff. Where is the 37-year-old stuff?
It was vintage? What are you talking about?
No, it was just
made for 80-year-olds.
Yeah,
I haven't been. I don't know. Where were you shopping?
We looked everywhere. We literally we went Old Navy, Aeropostale. Where else did we go? JCPenney.
That's where the old people stuff.
Well, yeah, that's because I was I went to all the other stores and everything was midriff or titties out and
not your cup of.
And
Java.
then you go to JCPenney and it was blouses with flowers and it was just
where do I fit in?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was feeling old.
Just go to Ross, man.
Yeah.
Stay away from the mall. I go to that's where I get all my shit. Or I bought this off of a buddy who has a brand. So anyways,
I was saying old. Yeah. Okay.
Old.
37. Yes.
You're not old.
So it's my goal. I want to compete by the time I'm 40.
Okay.
So I feel like I got to burp.
Let it out.
It's right there, but just not ready.
I know. Take a sip.
Yeah.
So what do you need to do to compete? What are the requirements to compete in something like that? Now, I've seen some of these ladies that compete, and I mean, they look bulletproof.
Yeah,
pretty
much. Yeah,
is that where you're wanting to get to?
Depending on depending on where what category you compete in. Obviously, there's different categories, so it depends on what you're going for. So wellness is a super popular category for women, and basically it's you want to be thicker on the bottom. They're all about glutes and quads and yeah. I want to do figure. That's or at least for now. I might change my mind later, but
sure.
Figure is more about that. How would you say it? X figure type. So basically, you want to be buff on top and
tiny in the middle and an hourglass.
Exactly. Small waist, big up here. and then
large thighs and stuff.
Yeah.
Don't skip leg day.
No. They're not as like big on like glutes.
Okay.
Glutes are like super hard to grow. But
Are they?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, muscle wise.
Yeah.
But so yeah, I mean, I don't want to say like, yeah, we're gonna say it's gonna happen. We're gonna go with that.
Yes.
We're gonna go with that because sometimes I do
fully
like
believe it.
talk myself down.
Don't
like,
do that.
Yeah.
There's one thing that I like. I try to. Anybody that's like wanting to do something, like I have friends that have goals and they're doing this thing, but they're not where they want to be with it, or they're something they get. To me, it's called imposter syndrome, and you get a little bit of that on you. And then you're starting to just like doubt yourself, and you're just like, you know what? I don't think I'm going to do. I literally had conversations with people that were like, I don't think I'm going to do this anymore. And it makes me sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, but you're so good at it, and I'm not just a hype man, like literally, like you're very good at what you do. And I can see the potential. We can see the growth. Keep going.
Yeah. Yeah. I struggle with that too. Because I'm, believe it or not, like, yes, I've lost 80 pounds. It's amazing.
It is amazing.
But believe it or not, I still have such a far way to go if I want to compete.
Okay.
And not embarrass myself. Because it's kind of cutthroat. Like,
is it?
It is.
You don't think that they would be like, hey, great job. You made it here.
I mean, there is
got up on the stage,
not if you want to like compete. There is like a transformation category, but it's not how would you say, it's not like, I don't know. You can't really get qualified for anything.
She's trying to phone a friend.
my friend is here. My boyfriend.
Yes, he's here. He has no camera, no mic, but
But
he's here for moral support.
Yeah.
There you go. That's what's up.
But yeah, they do have a transformation category, but it's not like you can't get like qualified, or you can't get like your pro card, or so they do have that. I would want to, like, if I'm gonna compete, like I'm gonna do the damn thing, like, So when you want to compete, yeah, you can. I actually just came across a girl on Instagram that she like competed at like a higher level, and she
didn't do well, or she did do well.
To me, in my opinion, she didn't have any business competing.
Really?
I know that sounds mean.
You don't think she was there yet?
Yeah, but like I said, it is kind of like cutthroat. Like,
maybe she was just trying to get up there. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you just gotta, like with this.
Yeah.
I had no clue about going live or doing any of this stuff, but it was just like, but there's the first time you do it.
Yeah. And
you just get through it.
She did have like a story behind it. Like her dad is a bodybuilder. She wanted to compete with her dad.
Oh, cool.
So they did like a show together.
That's super cool.
And she went out there with more confidence than I probably would have. So I will give her that.
I imagine that goes a long way.
Yeah.
No matter, even if you're like super jacked, if you're not confident with yourself, I'm sure it shines through.
It's the whole package.
Yeah.
It literally is the whole package when you get up there. But yeah, I definitely have like a very far way to go if I want to. And that's why I say like it's probably going to take me at least another 2 years to get there.
Okay.
To like really build the muscle.
Okay, he's saying 1.
He's saying 1.
Yeah, he's going to push you to 1. So, and we'll support you.
Yeah.
Just, I'll support you. I'll slap things out of your hand if you come over to eat,
I'm bringing my own food next time.
Because we just started this the third Sunday of every Monday, or every Monday, the first Sunday of every Monday, the third Sunday of every month. We're going to have a family gathering here, and we didn't do so good last time. I mean, we all, as a
Maybe
group.
because it was the first one, everybody's just like, yeah, let's bring all the goodies.
But but if my family, they're going to bring
every time
stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be shit in here that you're going to have to test yourself
And that's something that I talked to you about last weekend.
Yep.
It's like, I don't need anybody to, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't need anybody to cater to me.
Right.
Like, I need to be able to like say no. And
that's a good outlook, because there's a lot of fitness people, a lot of people that are on the health journey, or vegans. Nobody's vegan. Are we vegan? Okay. I don't want to. I mean, I'm gonna piss some people off because I have some vegan friends. But and if they see meat, they're the worst. If they see meat at a function, they freak out. Like, I'm leaving. This is so dirty. I'm like, as I'm eating a fucking piece of meat or some kind of meat.
Nobody should have to cater to like.
No.
Yeah.
No, you should have the willpower to do what you know is right. And, but talking about addictions, do you think that working out and being health conscious, like that this can be an addiction as well?
Yeah.
He's saying yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you might have a little bit of that on you or no? It's just the
to the gym?
Yeah, like, just working out.
I wouldn't say it's an addiction.
Okay.
I truly enjoy going to the gym.
Okay.
Like I do struggle with the food aspect, but I love training.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really do like training. I like going to the gym.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. Every once in a while, there's a day where I'm just like, man, I'm just not feeling this.
Do you still go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only time I don't go is if I'm like sick.
I think that there's a concern with some people, not talking about you, but specifically, but just like in general, that some people can take it too far and be like super addicted with working out. They're like, they can't sleep unless they do like crank out 100 push-ups real fast, or things like that, and I mean, like, I don't know anybody like that. I don't think, but I could be wrong. But I mean, I'm sure that's not healthy as well. But it's a weird thing to think about that, because you're like, when does it go? When is it going too far with working out? Like, I guess you could hurt yourself physically.
Yeah. If
you're doing too much.
Yeah, I think if you're just doing like cardio all the time and you're doing like, why are you doing 100 push-ups before bed? Or like, once I
just do 50.
Just 50. Only 50. Thighs are sweating.
Oh, that's okay. No one can see your thighs.
Thank God. I think that I would call that maybe an addiction. Like, why are you doing that? Like, are you doing that to like cancel out something you ate, or are you just like? But like, once I go to the gym and I'm done at the gym, like that's it.
Okay, you don't think?
I'm not doing squats throughout the day and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I do enough at the gym. Like, I don't need a.
That's why I just worry about people that like get on the fitness journey. Like, I'm happy. I'm like, I can see a difference. I just worry sometimes, like, just don't push it. Don't go too far. You know what I mean? Because I don't want you to become, addicted to it. Not you, but just anyone, like I said. You too. And you.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think it's probably, I feel like that's probably a guy thing more than, and maybe that's sexist of me to say, but I feel like guys feel like they need to look a certain way. Am I out of bounds on that?
I definitely see it with both.
Okay.
Maybe you notice it more because you're a guy.
Maybe.
Because I notice it more because I'm like a woman.
Yeah.
But I would say if you're spending hours, like more than 3 hours at the gym, because there are some days where I'm there for like 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah.
But that's like when I'm gym cardio. I like will hit some posing stuff and like.
I was gonna say, are you like working out for straight 3 hours?
No. I will not.
That would be rough.
Yeah. Sometimes my leg days are, because they're more strenuous. I have to take longer breaks. So like sometimes those are like 1.5 to 2 hours max. But I'm not working out more than 2 hours.
Yeah.
But I would say if you're like steadily working out for hours or going like multiple times a day or
steroids.
Yeah, then
that's a thing. I mean, it's a real thing, steroids happens, and I was, when we were talking about competition, what are you smiling like that? Are you taking steroids?
Not me, no.
No, I know you're not on the, what do they call them? The Mexican supplements. That's a Joe Rogan thing. That's not mine. I didn't come up with that. He calls them that because they're illegal in most of the, things that he does. But at any rate, and that's a whole other thing.
Am I opposed to taking steroids?
Yeah. I mean, is it something that you might work into? Now, I don't know if it's illegal in those, functions.
No, it's
like if you wanted to do the like you were talking about getting into the what was it called? Not bodybuilding. And I'm not sure if that's if they
a lot of people that
test you for that.
Mm-mm. No, a lot of people that compete like
they're on the roid.
Yeah. They do have like natural categories.
Okay.
But if you're not in the natural category, most people are taking some
kind of. Well, I mean, and there's the supplements, the regular supplements that you can buy in the store. The GNCs. Are you taking all of those? What are they? The protein powders and the.
Yeah, I take my supplements.
What is that dry scoop that I saw you do on TikTok?
That's my pre-workout, but I'm trying not to. Michael doesn't like when I do that.
Why?
Well,
you go crazy.
No. Supposedly it's like bad for your stomach.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, is it because it's got teeth?
Teeth and
stomach.
Wow,
I didn't know. Is it the whey?
No, the pre-workout doesn't have whey.
Oh, okay.
It's the, what did you say? Why does it hurt your stomach?
Do you want me to put it?
Yeah, you can. Pull up.
How do I?
There you go.
Hello? Oh, shit.
He's like more knowledgeable than I am.
You can't see him, but he's talking. He's her go-to guy. He's her spotter.
Yeah, we'll say that. So dry scooping, one thing, it can make you, so much energy at once, and then you just crash.
Okay.
Depending on what kind of ingredients are in it. And also, like not the acidity. Forgot the chemical exactly, but it messes up your teeth.
Oh.
And you have to be like really careful with that. And then
when he said teeth, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm like serious about my teeth.
Yeah, and it messes with your
gut
stomach.
biome.
Yeah, your gut biome.
Oh, wow.
All at once. That's why they give you recommendations like this much water with this much powder. That way you dilute it and your body can absorb it better.
So why the hell is everybody dry scooping on TikTok? And, it's like all these fitness influencers that you see, and they're like, got to get my dry scoop, man. Do they not know this?
They probably don't.
They
or maybe they don't care.
Probably that.
And it is like for show. I literally, the only reason I would dry scoop is just because I didn't like drinking on like a ton of water.
Right.
Before I.
That makes more sense.
Yeah. And it was just easier. Like I literally just put it in, put some water and just wash it down. Like, yeah, it was just, that's the only reason I did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Saves
when he
time.
said teeth, I was like,
Yeah. Yeah. You only get, when you get to be our age, you only get one set. Unfortunately, unless you want those fake ones.
Yeah.
I'll be there one day.
Veneers.
Yeah. One of these days, I'm going to drop my teeth in a jar.
Oh, gosh. I don't want to think about that.
So I wanted to ask you because I know that you probably watch, a lot of influencers, other people that are, when you start doing something, you start being how do I say this? Too much coffee.
How do you say it?
I don't know. Somehow you gravitate to other people that are doing that and being successful, and they almost influence you to do better, and they try to get you to try harder, maybe try different things or what have you, come out of your comfort zone and all that good stuff. So like, I'm sure you find yourself when you open any social media app, it's all like people that are eating healthy and working out and all that good stuff. But who are some of your like top influencers, would you say?
So
you can pull it up.
Yeah, I gotta pull it up. Like, I know her name's Kinsey. But,
okay. Now, and are these people like local, or are they just like out there, just wherever?
No. So Kinsey Vance is like probably number one.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I want to compete, I'll need to hire a coach because what's up? Hire him.
He's your coach.
I mean, he could. Yeah, he could. But she's like somebody that I would like hire if I had the money to do it.
Yeah.
But she just competed last weekend, and she won overall in her category.
Dope.
So yeah, her, and then another girl, Charlotte. She competed today, and she's competing in figure. So the Kinsey, she competes in wellness.
Okay.
So it's like more like bigger legs and, but Charlotte Shash, I don't know
whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I could look her up on Instagram, but What was I gonna ask you though? Oh, keep going.
Yeah.
Keep
So
talking.
she competed today, and she does figure.
Okay.
And supposedly she's natural. I'm not saying she's lying. I'm not saying she's lying. Like,
Don't worry, she's not gonna watch this.
I doubt it. That would be cool.
It would be cool.
If you are watching this, I don't think you're lying.
Yeah. Well, shit happens.
But she her body is amazing.
Yeah.
Like literally goals. But
You had said something earlier. You were just saying that if you had the money, you would. Can we talk about that? You had told me a story.
Yeah.
About the person that was going to be a trainer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
That you gave money to.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The fact that you were fitness scammed.
Yeah, let's talk about that.
Okay, so, well, I guess you would know the story better than I would, but I know from what you told me, my jaw dropped, and I was like, "There's no way, this girl just got raked over the."
It was a
coals.
while ago, so so at least give me that.
And it wasn't like a terrible amount of money, so I say raked over the coals, and I'm like, could have been worse.
Yeah. But yeah,
how did this person find you, or how did you find her? And
I followed her on Instagram for a while.
Okay.
And
she's local here.
No.
Oh.
She's not, yeah.
So that's another problem.
Well, they don't have to be. That's the thing. That is the thing. Is
I'm just saying, if I want a trainer, if I'm gonna start working out with a trainer, like, you're gonna be there with me to make sure I'm doing it the right form, that you're spotting me, that you're pushing me. That's what I need.
So a personal trainer.
Yeah. So I need someone over me 24/7.
Yeah. And I mean, I could find, I totally could find a bodybuilding coach that's local.
Yeah.
But no offense anybody, but the trainers that you see at your local gym,
yeah. They could be working as a bag boy at Winn-Dixie. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm good. I got this. No.
They were probably hired and given a script, and I know every time I sign up for a new gym membership, and then I eventually cancel it because I stop going. I get sick or something like that. Whenever I get sick, I stop going to the gym.
How sick are you getting?
If I have to call off work, I usually stop going. If I break my routine with the gym, I just don't go anymore. If I miss it for a week, that's what screws me up. I need someone to come in and be like, "Come on, let's go.
Yeah,
you're over that.
Yeah,
get back, you weak bitch."
Yeah, That's why I hate missing the gym.
Yeah,
especially because there has been times where I've missed a week at a time.
Oh
I've
yeah,
been sick.
So what did she? Necessarily, I guess not necessarily. What did she do? But what was the spiel?
So yeah, I was.
If you want to out her, we can out her too.
Oh, I don't care. Again, she'll probably never see it. I came across a video talking about another TikTok video. Of somebody,
really?
Sharing a story complaining about her, and they tagged her and everything. I was like, dang, that's ballsy. But
the worst kind of Yelp review.
Yeah. But I didn't see her comment on it or anything, so I don't think she ever saw it.
Probably not.
But yeah, I had followed. This is when I was new to I was just introduced to what bodybuilding was and online coaching and all that. And so I followed her on Instagram for a while, and I was interested in having a coach, somebody to write me a plan and a workout plan, nutrition plan, all that. Basically to coach me to get to where I could compete on stage.
Right.
And she's also on a bodybuilding, journey and all that. So, but I didn't she didn't have pricing or anything. So literally, if you're interested to have her as a coach, you book a call. And I was like, okay, I'll book a call, see how much this costs. I had no idea because I had never inquired about online coaching before. This was literally my first time.
Right.
So again, I didn't know how much it was going to cost. When she told me the price, my mouth, I literally was flabbergasted. So you have to commit to at least 6 months. And I don't remember the exact pricing, but it was somewhere
a mortgage.
Exactly. Like, I think it was like $1,200 a month.
Oh.
And you had to compete.
So let me ask you this then. When you were like, wow, that's a lot, did she give you the, is your health worth?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
How much is your health worth?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So she, this wasn't like a FaceTime or a video. Like, it was just, so she couldn't see my face, but I literally, like, it was all over my face. I tried to keep, like, my comments to myself, but, she gave me the whole spiel and all that. And I was like, well, I'm going to need to, like, think about it, because I'd never done this before. So
right.
I literally didn't know, like, how much it was going to cost. And, that's when she was like, well, is it really worth it to you? Do you really want this or not? And, this was probably at least like 7 or 8 months ago.
Okay.
So, if I would have had that phone call today, like, it would have been a lot different. I would have just hung up on her.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause I knew I couldn't afford that.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, me saying I was going to think about it was just trying to be nice and be like, yeah, like, I'm not doing this.
Right.
But yeah, I would have just hung up.
Yeah.
But so I was like, well, let me think about it. And she said, well, prices change.
Mm-hmm.
She was kind of like uppity about it.
Right. Like, you're wasting my time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And she posted something on her stories the other day that was like, if you're just shopping around, please do not book a call. Like, I am expensive. And if you're just shopping around for a coach and you're worried about pricing, please do not book a call.
No problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got you, boo. Wow.
Why don't you just put your pricing out there?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I muted it so when you got up.
Yeah.
What did you say?
No, those are trash coaches, in my opinion. It's like, you want to lead these people. These people need help.
It's desperation.
Right.
To actually give a fuck for once.
Right.
Yeah.
To me, it's desperation. Like, if you're, like, just put your pricing out there if you're that good. To me, the phone call is, she's good at being, like, stern and
mm-hmm.
good at kind of pressuring.
Yeah.
Putting the pressure on. She put the pressure on me, so she is good at that. But, like, that, to me, that's like her
It's her hustle
gimmick. Like, that's her sales tactic is she doesn't put her pricing, so then people have to book a call, and then she pressures you.
Right. So, like, when I was a paid photographer,
oh my God.
I can identify with that, because, like, I didn't put my pricing on my website or anywhere, and there was a reason I did that.
Speaking of selling yourself short, you sell yourself short.
Oh, probably. But I definitely didn't put pricing anywhere because I would work with people's budgets. Mm-hmm. That was the reason. It was like, I didn't want to scare people off with a large number, and they would just be like, and then they'd move on and go to someone else. So I would just let me know what's your budget, and we can work within that. Yeah. Whether maybe you get a little less, or time wise, or I may not spend as much time editing your photo. I'm going to spend the same amount of time editing the photos. Yeah. But that was the reason I did it, because I didn't want to scare people away. I wanted to invite people in. I wanted people to be like, but
your prices are still reasonable.
Right.
Very much reasonable.
Very. More so than reasonable. But
yeah.
I think that what she's doing is, I don't know, I feel like she's, like you said, she's kind of like, it's a bait and switch almost. But it's definitely, she seems like, I've never seen this girl. I've never seen her social media. I've never seen any of her videos. I would be interested to watch some of them just to see what's up. But I feel like she's one of these people that has fast talk. She maybe went through a course where someone taught her how to do this hustle talk. And it's almost like a, Ponzi scheme, almost, like where it's like, I get you in, you get other people in, and then they get a piece of the pie. And eventually she's going to teach you how to be what she does. And then, and then so on and so forth. And every time you get somebody signed up, and then same with it all funnels back to her.
Yeah.
And I imagine that eventually that would be probably what was going to happen. But I just don't feel like, I don't know. I don't know what her expertise is. But in my opinion, just based on what you said, I'm not sure if she's qualified.
Yeah. And now that I know what I know now, I would have never booked a call with her. Like, I would definitely, like, she's not what I would want in a coach whatsoever.
Yeah.
But I was new to all of that,
Yeah.
and I just didn't know what I was doing.
Yeah, and
I
everybody wants to learn, and you're eager to learn. You have, it's something you're passionate about.
So yeah, I didn't even say, like, she scammed me out of $100.
That's right.
Yeah.
No, we said it, but yeah, you can say that.
Oh, you guys did?
Yeah.
Oh, where was I? Where was I?
Just thinking about squats. I don't know.
I did do squats today.
Did you?
Yeah, my legs are tired.
Oh, I feel fine. I sat on the couch most of the day. But no, yeah, that is, I think, and what she had said was to pay me the $100 to lock in the prices because they change.
Lock in the price, yeah.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Like, you can say that here. No, man, that's not okay. I mean, I get like inflation.
Yeah.
But that's a yearly thing. That's not like the price of eggs went up, I better raise my prices.
Yeah.
And
I never heard from her again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you just paid her the $100 and that was it.
Yep. She got $100 out of me for
But
nothing.
imagine if she did like 10 of those calls a day.
Yeah.
She never has to tell anybody anything about health, fitness, working out, anything. She just made $1,000 a day.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to get on my little boat on the weekend or whatever the hell she does.
Yeah. I have no clue.
Yeah. So that's fucked up. In my opinion.
Yeah. And the girl the video that I came across that, somebody made a video, they hired her as a coach.
Uh-huh.
And basically she
Didn't do
know
anything.
what she's talking about.
Of course.
She was a terrible coach.
I see it a lot. I see it a lot with a lot of, not just health and fitness, but a lot of different things. Like in the photography, videography world, there's a lot of people out there that claim to be these gurus, and and I'm just identifying with you because that's what I do.
Yeah.
I have this, I have that. There's similarities in everything that people do. But there's people out there that are like, I'm such a, I'm a guru, and they just basically, they learned a script. Mm-hmm. And it's the same thing. They just want your money. Now, there are some good people out there. Mm-hmm. And I'm certain that there's people that say they're going to do what she said she's going to do, and they'll actually do it.
Right.
And probably you're going to spend a little bit of money, which I get.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing is free. And if you're good at something, don't do that shit for free.
Yeah.
And on that, I would ask you, have you thought about maybe like taking some courses and becoming a coach yourself?
Well, I mean, yes, I do. I want to eventually. Now, you don't have to be certified to be like an online coach. Like,
yeah, I don't know what it consists of.
Yeah. I mean, do you
Just
have to
gotta
be
be
certified?
I'm real knowledgeable, yeah.
Yeah.
Like certifications, it's more like, I'm going to go to LA Fitness or Choose Fitness. That's all for insurance reasons mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I imagine some clients might be like, you want to see them on your wall, know? Like, I know if I was hiring a personal trainer or somebody and I was going to be spending some money, like, I'd like to, who told you could do this? How do I know you're like qualified to do this?
I've heard from like a lot of like fitness influencers that I follow, like the ones that I know are legit. They've said like, yeah, I got certified basically just to say that I'm certified,
right.
But I learned so much more outside
Being
of the
in
certification.
Yes.
Like they didn't really learn much.
There's a parallel with what we do there again. Anybody that says you have to go to like a photography school and be certified as a photographer, that's bullshit. Get a camera, start shooting. That's how you get better.
Yeah.
Doing it is how you get better. Experience, real world experience.
YouTube, a lot of YouTube.
YouTube, yeah. YouTube University is for sure.
Yeah,
That's,
YouTube and ChatGPT. Yeah.
Fucking ChatGPT. I can't. I'm not going to talk shit because I've been using it for little things here and there. And it's cool.
Yeah.
The AI stuff is neat, and
Yeah.
it's not. I don't see it taking like my job away.
That's why. That's
A lot of photographers are like, oh my god, or artists, people, because like if you want to buy a painting, and you can just go to ChatGPT and tell it exactly what you want that painting to look like, it can make it in the
I can see how that's frustrating for like the artsy people.
right.
Yeah.
You can make it in the exact dimensions, color scheme, everything, and then all you got to do is just take it and have it printed out or whatever, and it's like, oh no, I got my art. I don't think that it's ever going to take away from people that have an actual creative art form.
Yeah.
You know, and but it is good as a tool, I
Yeah.
think. And if you're not using it as a tool, I think you're falling behind the 8 ball.
Yeah. I use it for work emails all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just got you on to CapCut, which has AI in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling him about that. I was like, wow, like,
Where has
why,
this been in my
yeah,
life?
why didn't I
No
not
issues
do it?
playing. I'm like, oh, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like how
Yeah.
quickly it edited that video.
And the pro version is like not that expensive. I think it's what $9.99,
Yeah,
something like that.
$10
So and it's like yearly,
Mm-hmm.
you know, or is it like once and you're done? I don't remember, but anyways, it's not much.
Yeah.
And you get all these tools.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was paying for the Adobe stuff, the Adobe Suite, which has like my Lightroom, which I edit photos in, and then I had like Premiere Pro, which is a video editor, and it looks cool and you know all that good stuff. But to all those little plugins and all those little features that like CapCut has, to use that on Premiere Pro. And I'm gonna piss some video people off, I'm sure, because they're like, "Fuck you, man!" But you have to pay for each individual plugin. You have to go and download them and or make your own assets on a different Adobe app. So I'm just like, and which I tried, and I'm like, I'm good.
Yeah.
I don't need any of that. CapCut does it all. Don't care if it's you know, an invasive program like TikTok, you know, and it's just absorbing all of my information. I don't care.
What it does.
Everything does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Facebook, Instagram.
yeah.
You have a cell phone. It knows everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, apparently,
Apparently.
TikTok is probably the one of the
I've never
most
been on live television before.
invasive like apps that are out there. Like it, like
Which one?
TikTok. Like it just like they were talking about like the terms of service. Like, have you ever like looked through it? No one does. They just click agree at the end, and that's it.
Yeah.
But if you read through it, there are certain things like something about like it doesn't even have to be on your phone. Like if your kids have it, and you have a computer that doesn't have it, like it can access your computer.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Don't tell me.
So
this.
like it's
Spy shit. or
yeah,
something.
totally. And that was the worry when they were talking about this is a Chinese app.
Mhm.
They're getting all of our information. But I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, what about Pokemon Go? We're literally giving them like Google Live,
Yeah.
you know, out here. We're taking pictures of
They know exactly where we're at.
Yeah.
they know what the landscape looks like, everything. Because it just uploads it right to them.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever, man. And if we think that, I mean, like America's not doing that, like, come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
bro.
It's like every country has their spies. Like
I
actual
just
spies,
don't
like,
think
dude.
about that stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
that's
don't
bad
either.
Of me. I'm just like,
I'm
whatever.
blissfully unaware.
Yes.
That's the way I like it, and you know, I'll deal with it when it becomes a problem.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I have
100%.
my own things where like I will literally just be way too stressed if I think about that stuff.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
That's something I don't know. That and that's maybe another conversation, but for another day. But you know, I just take these little sidebars sometimes. But like I worry about like the kids today. You know, like your kids were born in a time where there's all these electronics and they've seen the iPads, iPhones, everything is
Yeah.
all there. And I think it's too much information at once. You know, like maybe I'm dumb. You know, I grew up in an era where we didn't have all that stuff, and then we got it, but we already knew a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because we read. You know, we had to learn and life experiences and all that stuff. But
I kind of miss those days.
I miss them too sometimes. You know, like I think about like going back to a flip phone, but you know, with this I can't. You know, I have to be on the stupid internets all the time.
Stupid internet.
I dude, and, you know, and this will lead me. This is a segue into my next kind of question, but like, you know, I'm not trying to be like an influencer or anything, but I've got this social media thing that I do, this podcast, you know, and it's fun. And we do it on, you know, YouTube, and then I make little reels and stuff
Yeah.
out of it. I'll cut it up and we'll put it up on TikTok and Instagram and stuff like that. And those are really the only two that I give a crap about.
Yeah.
But but I've started doing these lives on Instagram, and like when I first started doing them, people were like coming in and sitting and talking to me, like actually joining the lives,
Oh, nice.
and it was kind of cool. And
Yeah,
like,
it's fun.
yeah, it's fun and it's something different, and then it gives people a different perspective of who you are and what you're doing. I went on TikTok live last night.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How was that? You get more. Supposedly TikTok. So TikTok live, they like lives actually show up on the FYP page.
Oh.
So you can get like more people to interact with. Instagram, it doesn't really put it out there.
It doesn't push it. Instagram pushes. It goes to your friends.
Right.
People that follow you.
So you're not going to get strangers.
Right.
TikTok is like more strangers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I got people. I have no idea, but they were like, I was watching the screen and it was like, if you've ever done Instagram live, there's nothing on the
Sorry, I
screen.
missed it.
There's nothing on there. There's no. Unless somebody like wants to request to join your live, then they pop up and you can accept it and blah blah blah. You go on from there. But like on TikTok, there's all this little shit all over the top of the screen, and you're like, "What is that? What is this? What is this rocket that shot by?" Like I don't know what
Somebody
this.
sent you a rocket?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm like,
No. It was telling me like the leaderboards, and then there's like how well you're doing compared to everybody else, and I was at the fucking ass bottom, and then like it was like every time somebody popped in, it would show like a number, and then they would pop in and then go out. Pop in, go out. I'd be like, hey, don't.
This is the host's goal. Like, I don't give a fuck what their goal is. Dude.
Right. Yeah. Like, what are we doing here? And I had
closing the door before they even walked in.
Oh, dude, it's like people accidentally hit the live.
Rejection.
You could tell it was like, oh shit, because I do that all the time.
Yeah.
I'll be swiping, and then you accidentally stay too long, and you click the live on somebody. Yeah, it's a pain in the dick, but I don't know. It was just
rejected almost. I did.
I didn't really feel rejected. I just felt old. I felt like, what am I doing? I was like, get my walker out of here, So I did.
You got your walker out?
No.
Oh,
I just
okay.
was like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. You guys are crazy. Some little kid. I'm sure they were a kid.
Oh.
Yeah,
no.
Block. Like came in and like was talking, stayed and like was chatting with me, and I'm like, I don't know who this person is, but I would have, because they're like, I have to go now, dinner's ready, and I'm like, oh shit.
Oh my gosh.
And then I got a violation because I puffed on my vape during the live, and they're like, like promoting tobacco to minors or something like that. I'm like, yeah, that's
like, bro, I didn't know he was on. Shit.
Had no idea. I guess you have to set your settings. Like on YouTube, I have it set for certain specific, like nobody under 18.
Oh, okay.
So it's age specific. Oh, look who popped in the live. Hello, Jim and Amanda. Hope you're having a great night. Love you guys.
Who is that?
Pat, my son-in-law.
Hey, Pat. Isn't he on a boat?
I think they just got back. They got back.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
just a little while ago.
Right.
But
I'm on a boat. Oh,
yeah, but they went on a cruise all week. But yeah,
must be nice.
I told him last week when he said we're getting back on Saturday, and I was like, well, good. Bring your ass over here and you can produce, and then I can just do the podcast. But yeah, no, he's probably butt ass tired right now. We love you, buddy, and we can't wait to see you. So we're having a fun time over here,
We
though.
love you, buddy.
It's my little buddy. Come here, let me squeeze your cheeks. Wait, where is it? Yeah, he's better at that than I am. But what that was going to lead me to was my next thing was like the influencer status. Like you're kind of like you're putting yourself out there on TikTok. I've been noticing you come across my page more. I've been watching your videos, and I had some critiquing the last time we talked about your videos.
Yeah.
But I think you get it. I think
about not like feeding into the negativity.
That.
That.
Well, it's just so hard not to. Mm-hmm. And when you put yourself out there as any kind of, whether you're saying I'm a fitness influencer or just someone who's really into fitness.
Yeah.
And look, I want to tell you about my story and all the things that I went through. This is where I started and this is where I'm at now. And hopefully it like inspires someone else to like go, oh my God, she's a mom.
Yeah.
And that, I think it's always really cool when someone like yourself that, you're a mom. Mm-hmm. And it's hard for moms to like get it motivated because you're going. There's so much stuff and you're like mostly thinking about the kids. Mm-hmm. You're not really thinking about yourself. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've been there. As a dad, when I was a dad and a husband, I didn't think about anything else but being a good husband, making sure she was happy, and then taking care of my kids.
And that was me for a long time until it wasn't. So
He's over here talking. He's talking about fitness ribeye in my mouth. Yeah.
No homo.
Yeah, like we don't want to know about the meat you're putting in your mouth, boy. This is a different kind of podcast, Pat.
Ribs do sound good.
They do. They do.
We were craving them hard earlier.
Some surf and turf. Anyways, but yeah. So how has that been for you? Like putting yourself out there, you know, because it's not easy. It's like getting up on a stage.
Yeah.
Do you worry about that? Or do you think about how do you think about it? I'm trying to direct the question better. I probably didn't ask it very well.
I'm not a very private person, so like I'm not really like I don't mind really talking about whatever. Like I really am like an open book. I'm not like a private person. I mean certain things, yes, but for the most part, it's just like I just suck at like coming up with ideas. And I feel like we're alike in a sense of like you don't so much care about growing your social media, but like yes and no.
Yeah.
Like you don't care about being an influencer, but you like doing these and you want to like interact with more people.
You want people to see it.
And in order to do that, you have to like grow your social media.
Unfortunately.
I want to like coach people. In order to do that, like I need to grow my social media so that I can reach more people.
Right.
Because there's only like so many people in your everyday life that want a coach. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I've had
a lot of people like. Sorry, not to.
No, you're good.
Sorry to cut you off, but a lot of people can't afford it, like you were saying.
Yeah. I can't afford it. Like
Yeah.
so I get it. And I've worked with, you know, I got excited. I started to work with like 2 girls, and you know, life happens, and I just couldn't do it anymore. And I get it, but that's why I said like there's only so many people in your everyday life that can afford it, or you know, especially like let me not say that. Let me not say that.
Say it.
Just like, you know, with all the weight loss drugs out there, you know,
like Ozempic.
It's kind of hard to compete with that. Like, and I am not a hater. I'm definitely like, I'm not a hater. Like everybody, you know, everybody's different.
Yeah.
Everybody has different goals, and
do your
especially
thing, boo-boo.
like where you're starting out, like, but yeah, it's hard to compete with that sometimes. Like a lot of people want to take like the easier route.
Right. If I could swallow a pill and lose my muffin top and get my abs back, I would for sure do it.
You could.
I mean, I think I probably could, but it's more like a shot. I need like testosterone. He's over here saying stuff. I'll read it.
Along stuff.
I'll read more later. Or let's see. I feel like there's almost a sense.
We need Michael to read the comments to us.
I feel like there's almost a sense of liability that comes with being an influencer nowadays. I've noticed that many folks who become famous influencers lately are grounded on facts, not trends. That's what he said.
That's very.
Yeah, those are the ones that bring value 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what people want.
Yeah.
You know, when you're honest with people, and which I think is endearing quality you have.
No, thank you.
I like when I watch you know, I'm like, this is her. This is you. This is not like
Cool.
I scripted this for something. You know, like when like we talked about, you know, like you were talking about, like, I don't know what to talk about. Sometimes, you know, I don't know what to say, but I know I need to make content. And I'm the same way, you know, like I was doing these coffee with Jims every Sunday morning. I would just sit in here, turn the camera on, and just start talking about whatever. Most of the time, I would talk for about 30 minutes, and I would make a 3-minute video out of that.
Oh, okay.
I'd cut the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
You know, but
that's what we're doing today.
No, this whole thing is going out live.
Yeah.
But that's how I would do it, and that was kind of like my, you know, suggestion to you is just start talking, and then it'll lead you to like top things that have popped off in your brain while you're walking around or working or whatever. Because I know I have all these thoughts during the day, you know, but I think that when you do stuff like that, I think it's more because it is you, you know, and if it's topical to what you're trying to grow your page to, then that makes sense.
Yeah.
So I think that, like I said, I feel like your page is very honest. It's who you are. And I think, who else do we have in here? Oh, Michael's in here. Facts.
Did he say facts?
He said facts.
He likes to say that.
But there are some people that still love blissful ignorance. There's a market for everything. That is true.
Yeah.
Um,
And those are like the influencers that I definitely like gravitate towards now. Like you can tell like they're not gimmicky. They're not promoting their like what they do sells itself.
Right.
Like you can tell by what they're posting, they're living the lifestyle. They know what they're talking about, and it's not fake.
you mean like the Liver King, right?
Oh my god.
You guys know him?
Yeah.
Who's the liver?
I
You
showed
do-
you that.
Oh my
He
God,
was
you
eating
do-
that nasty fish, and he was like roided out, big beard.
And he's all eating raw, like
Yeah.
like
Oh, you think
organs.
that's genuine?
No, it's not.
I was
It's
gonna
been
say.
totally found out.
Yeah.
He came out and actually had to say it. I think that
Yeah.
he's like, I've been on steroids this whole time.
Yeah, he
Oh.
pays like
He's still doing it,
$10,000
though.
He pays like $10K a month on steroids. I'm like,
Yeah.
or I
Oh
heard
my
he does.
God.
He
Well,
came out as fake.
I follow an influencer. I followed her for years, and she sells like a weight loss program and all that. Come to find out, she's been on Ozempic for the past year.
Oh,
So she's selling a
shit.
weight loss program, and people are thinking like she's following her,
Yeah,
the information that she's putting out there.
Right.
She's
she's practicing what she preaches.
exactly. No, she's been on Ozempic.
So, like, what does anybody know what that stuff actually does?
Ozempic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So pretty much it's.
yeah, so pretty much. Sure do. I'm sure I read it.
It's pretty much like how you say the magic pill, but it's just a shot, and you literally lose weight. The chemicals, I completely forgot. I looked it up.
I'll have to Google it.
But yeah, that's pretty much
I
you
know
will
that
lose weight, but those who, because one of my coworkers is on it, and she was losing weight, but then, me being the health nut that I am, I'm like eating meals, I'm training all the time, and I'm losing weight and looking good. I mean, you can ask Amanda about that too. But
He looks fantastic.
and then, but then that's like her go-to, like it's her godsend per se.
Really?
But then I'm telling her, I'm like, no, that's cool. Congrats for you. And I'm like, what else are you doing? He's like, no, that's all I do. I'm like, so you're not eating healthy or anything? He's like, no, this is all I need to do. I'm like, so once she gets off of that, all that weight's going to come off.
I was going to ask that.
Yeah, if she doesn't change her habits, because that's when people will start getting like loose skin because
Right.
their muscles going away and the fat as well because they're not doing anything.
Yeah, I've definitely seen that for sure. This is an AI overview. Ozempic is a medication primarily used to treat type 2 diabetes. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, you didn't?
That's one of the other brands. That's like, it's the same thing. One's for weight loss, one's for diabetes.
Oh, it's got a semaglutide in it. I don't know what that is. But it sounds interesting. Sounds like I know what I'm talking about.
I
when
will
read
say-
semaglutide.
Supposedly, it shuts down like a lot of the food noise. Like if you don't,
It's like
You
the
know what
I mean
ultimate
by, like,
meal
food noise?
suppressant. Like yeah, like
yeah,
what
yeah,
you're saying.
it suppresses your appetite. So I've heard that like a lot of people that struggle with food noise, it helps drown that out. And I will say like if you're using that as a supplement, but it's still like living the lifestyle and like
Right.
eating right and going to the gym and like great, you're using it as a supplement. But I definitely don't think it should be like the
only thing you do.
because like he said, like you come off of it.
Yeah, that's the worry. Like, I mean, most wellness like doctors, like who's the that he's like an older, like he's got an accent. I don't know, but he's always on those like My 800-Pound Life movie shows, where it's like they have to do so much dieting, they have to change basically their lifestyle before he'll give them the procedure.
Oh, they went Indian dude.
Yeah. I think he's like an
That dude's
Indian guy.
hilarious, dude.
He is pretty fucking funny, but he basically makes you, if you're not doing the work, I'm not. He does like stomach stapling or banding or something like that. But he's like, I'm not going to do the surgery if you're not eating better, exercising, and if you haven't, like, he makes you get down to a goal weight first, and because if you don't, that's what. I guess with
having good habits.
Yeah, if you don't, like you said, if you don't like start these good habits and lock them in, you're fucked.
Yeah.
Because as soon as you get off of that stuff or whatever you're doing, or I've heard of people like getting their stomach banded and breaking the band.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I think
Because they
overate.
they expanded it. Well, I mean, I know somebody personally. Of course,
Yeah,
of course.
don't blast them out. Don't put them on blast.
I would never, But I know somebody like personally, even though I don't really like them, but I still won't do that.
You're a gooder person than that.
A gooder person. But yeah, like, no, it's sad. Like, I know somebody that had weight loss surgery and they dropped a bunch of weight fast. And now I can see they're slowly gaining it all back.
Slowly rising. Yeah.
Because if you slowly like start eating more, it's just you're gonna slowly stretch it back out or whatever.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of people get like this thought in their head. They're like, "Wow," because I know I do this too. Where I get to a certain point where I'm like, I'm starting to look good. I'm like, I'm feeling good. I'm energized. I have all this, whatever. I'm feeling stronger, and then I'm like, I can have a little more. I can have a little more cake.
Oh,
it's gonna be okay. My cheat days turn from like one cheat day to like the whole fucking weekend, and then it's like, fuck it, it's Friday. It's fucking Friday, bro. Let's go.
Yeah. No, I mean this is
Weekend calories don't count.
Yeah, not if you don't count them.
I know it's not true, but I freaking act like it. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to be better about that.
Yeah.
But
Well, like you said, you have to practice what you preach, and so far, like I said, I've on your social media, I don't think you're very preachy. You've been very, just forthcoming about your journey, your path. I really hate that word journey. I don't know why.
Adventure.
I guess. Yeah, it's probably. Yeah, you sound like you're in an adventure game. I'm an adventurer. I'm in an isekai.
it's a lifestyle.
Yeah, I know it is. Yeah, but you've been very forthcoming about your lifestyle and like where you were at, especially, and it's really hard for people to like show the before photos. And then when you look at them, you're like, fuck, that was me? Like, that don't even look like me.
Yeah, that's what, like, when
I don't even remember you looking like that.
I kind of don't either.
That's good though, right?
But then sometimes I'll look in the mirror and I think that I'm still like.
You still see that?
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's a mind frick.
Yeah,
she meant to say.
We're going. Yeah, no, I'll say it for you. It's a mind fuck.
Yeah.
She's got to be clean here, folks.
For
her social medias.
No. I mean, I'm trying to say the F word less.
Yeah, you should. As well, and I probably should. Yeah, my last podcast with Pat, we were
just effing it up.
Oh my god,
third word.
It was not. Yeah, I listened to it and I was just like, maybe I should take that one down. No, but we had a good time, so I'm not taking it down.
Yeah.
But what is your? I'm not gonna pull TikTok up on my computer because I don't want to get into my stuff. What is your TikTok handle? Is what I wanted to ask. Is it the same as your Instagram?
Yeah, I think it is. Let me see. Yeah, it is.
Oh man, I missed that face. Oh, okay.
Oh dang.
So it is @fit_Amanda.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
But I think on Instagram it says something about down 80 pounds or something like that.
On TikTok it does. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have it in. I don't know if that helps or not. But
and this is her Instagram here, guys. If you're not following, you should be.
Yes, you should be.
Now,
especially TikTok.
Tell me which one of these is the transformation like video
that was my butt.
Yeah, that was your butt.
Oh, like
where
ultimate.
you went why isn't this thing loading?
Let's see.
My internet's shit.
Show like a bigger.
Like I know it's probably further down.
Oh, I'm on my TikTok.
Oh, you guys are adorable. Look at you. Don't worry, no one can see this right now. That's just for us. I shot that.
Man, I thought I had it pinned.
Did
I would say,
Did you have it pinned?
Like that one. Here, go. That one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
I think there's a couple photos on there.
So this is. When was this? What year was that?
That was. Dang. Yeah, I was at my heaviest. That was probably. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I was probably. Maybe mid-20s.
Mm-hmm.
It was at least.
Well, the boys are still little, but.
Yeah. I mean, my weight fluctuated a lot, but like.
That's a huge transformation. Look
yeah.
at that.
Thanks. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. Good on you. Listen, that's not a small feat, okay?
It's not, but I will say, so like, I would like to lose about another like 20, give or take, pounds. I will say that trying to lose this like last little bit of weight is way harder than losing that first 80.
Well, I'm not a fitness expert, but I feel like you have
Neither
been losing fat and gaining muscle, and muscle's more dense, and so your weight, like the actual weight, I think there's probably a point when you have to kind of stop looking at weight. Am I right? And you kind of have to start looking at like body fat.
I look at both.
Yeah,
or body mass.
Or
I
look
look
at yourself
at
in the
both.
mirror more. Yeah.
Yeah, I look at myself in the mirror way more than I probably should. Not in a good way, in a critiquing way.
Well, we need to change that.
I know.
Do you know who Stuart Smalley is?
No.
From Saturday Night Live? He would like look in the mirror and go, "I'm beautiful, I'm handsome, and gosh darn it, people like me." That was his like daily affirmation. And you need to start doing some of that.
I'm more like, man, you look like shit. And I'm just kidding.
Well, I do think it's endearing that you kind of pick on yourself a little bit and show that you're like when you show like no makeup, or this is me, whatever, balls out, like.
My balls have never been out.
No, not literally. But like a lot of people that are on any social media, they're like, they have all the little filters on their phone and this and that, so it makes them look better. I just found out last night that while I was doing my live, I can go into the effects and I can make my face slimmer and my eyes brighter and wider. I could change the size and shape of my eyes in the live, and I was like, this is fucking crazy. I'm not ever doing that.
Until the people pop in there and they're like, this is not what you look like.
Oh, you don't look like that?
Yeah, like.
Yeah.
But TikTok has like a automatic filter. Like.
Does it?
Yeah, like I'll have no filter selected, and I'm like, yeah, my skin is not that clear.
So that's why I film on my phone, and then I edit it all, and then I put it up.
Yeah.
That way it doesn't have the opportunity, because I always look like ass.
I'll have like a big zit on my face, and it like blurs it out.
Oh, that's
which
crazy.
I like kind of appreciate, but
yeah.
Until somebody sees me and they're like,
"Hey, when did you make that video? Didn't you have that big old goiter on your face?"
goiter.
No, I mean, but like I have like, I've got like wrinkles and smile lines and shit like that, but I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Maybe because I'm a guy and I just don't, I've never worn makeup, and no, I did when I was a kid. My sisters got a hold of me. Anyways, that was the last time it ever happened.
Podcast.
And yeah, it didn't continue.
Sure it didn't.
I'm a he, him. Yeah, we're going down that wrong path. I need to straighten back up. But yeah, I wish I could pull up your TikToks, but I think that you should keep doing what you're doing. I think that
my muscle looks big in that picture.
It does. Look at that thing.
I think the Halloween pictures, your arms are way bigger looking. Remember
the Halloween one
when you're wearing the Scream mask?
Really?
Is that in here?
No, I don't think so.
Man.
I don't know.
I guess you have to keep it kind of professional on the old transformation coach page.
Nah.
No.
I don't care about. No, I don't know. I just.
Yeah.
Sometimes my muscles look bigger, like depending on. I mean, especially if I just got a good pump in, like yeah, of course they're gonna like look bigger. I don't.
Yeah. So
we were literally at the gym working out when we took those pictures. We took Halloween like pictures in the Scream mask.
Yeah. Have you gotten? Have you? And I already know the answer to this, but I'm going to ask it for podcast purposes. But like, have you received any weird like messages or like hate in the comments or anything like that?
Not really.
Negativity.
I don't think I'm popular enough for that. But I mean, yeah, like I posted like a like I did post like a TikTok of me like flexing. And I got like a few dudes in there. They're like.
Oh yeah.
They were being like negative, like basically saying I wasn't muscular or whatever.
Well, in my opinion, fuck those guys.
Oh yeah, it like is comical to me. Like well, yeah, I never said I was jacked. Like I didn't post a video saying like I'm the most jacked. Like
Yeah, I'm still working on it. Guys.
Yeah, I know, but I do have muscle. Like I do have like definition.
Yeah.
But.
Well, there's gonna be hate with anything. I think especially. people are so freaking opinionated about health and fitness these days. It's like it's become this. It's almost like motorcycles. Like that has like there's like a whole category now for motorcycles on TikTok. And it's like that is one of the reasons, and I'm not to go back down a sidebar, but I'm gonna anyways, but it's one of the reasons that like there's so many more cops are looking for biker, they're out hunting bikes now. They're looking for you to do something wrong because the popularity is rising and there's so many more people on motorcycles these days, which I think is fantastic. I just wish that the people that are joining would stop acting like assholes.
Yeah.
Running from cops, touching fucking semi-truck trailers.
That's fun.
It's stupid.
Did you say that's fun?
I mean, it looks cool in a video.
He wonders why I'm skeptical about getting on a bike with him.
I get it. But, I mean, it looks cool on a video. But, like, if I knew it was, like, controlled. But I've ridden a bike for a long time. And if you ride too close next to a friggin' semi, there's a downdraft, and you can get sucked right underneath those tires, and you're done for, just for a video. You know what I mean? So it's not worth it. And I would hope that people don't really. I mean, I've seen them post them. I'm just like, come on. But just like that, to my point, there's like a lot of people that are like on a health kick or health journey, and they want to do these things, and they think they know better.
Yeah, everybody's an expert when it comes to health and fitness.
Right.
Especially,
go ahead. No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, like, because especially you'll see, like, Mr. Wannabe, like, I just got into the gym training for, like, 8 months, and he got some good beginner gains, and now he's critiquing, like, Mr. Olympia himself. I'm like, he would be a lot bigger if he trained like this. I'm like, bro, who the fuck are you talking to right now?
Like, how?
Look at you, look at him.
Yeah, he's literally Mr. Olympia, like. Do you know what that is?
Mr. Olympia?
Yeah. Oh, okay, cool.
Wasn't Arnold Schwarzenegger Mr. Olympia at one
Mr.
point?
Olympia, yeah.
I mean, now he's Mr. Oldia. But I missed it. But yeah, I mean, there's gonna be haters, and I feel like
I welcome the haters.
Yeah,
truly.
Because it's engagement.
Yeah.
If
I appreciate, unless you're like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm sure there will be comments that do bother me from time to time. Like, especially if you get like. People are freaking weird on social media. Like
that's true. Keyboard warriors.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm like about to go on a sidebar, but like
go for it.
Yeah, like
we're here for.
I follow a big influencer, and she has like 3 million followers. She's well known, but her son died from drowning, and like the people that are on social media, like the hate. Like, that is freaking personal. That is personal, and that's disgusting. And that's what, like, that is. But, yeah, I mean,
that's crazy.
Yeah, just.
I think I heard something about that. Wasn't that a pretty popular case?
It's. Well,
maybe you talked about it.
I might have told you about it. Because it happened. Maybe. I might have told you about it last weekend. Maybe. I think I did. Yeah, I think I mentioned it. But, yeah, that is disgusting behavior. So. That is, but like, yeah, just simple hate comments. Like, I don't, like, to me, like, you are, well, maybe eventually those comments will be paying.
I'm sure they're coming. I'm sure they're coming for me eventually, because who the fuck am I? But like, and I don't look at myself as like anybody. And like you said earlier, like, my goal is not to become famous because of this or my mouth or whatever. It's literally but I want people to watch the show so that when people come on like yourself, other people watch and they learn about you and they go follow you and support you, and that's what I want. That's my whole goal in doing this podcast this way. It's morphed into that. Like I've just like become more. I just want to help people.
Yeah.
And I genuinely like hearing people's stories. And you and I have talked enough to where I'm like, just come on the fucking podcast. We'll talk about this shit on there. It's fine, But
growing your social media is part of it.
Yes, it is. Yeah. You have to. You gotta put the content out. You have to put your stupid face in front of everybody. I mean, all the things. But do you think it's? This is probably a loaded question, but do you think it's different or easier for women to gain a following?
I could be way wrong on this, but I feel like it's easier. Well, I don't know.
If you don't have an OF, Let's go with
Yeah,
that.
I was gonna say like I think it's
You don't have a link tree on your thing. You're probably screwed.
yeah. I feel like it's easier maybe for like women to like sexualize themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I could get like a lot of hate for saying that.
No, it's
I
true.
don't
It's
know.
Truth, though.
I think that's true, and I think that that's one of the things that I like about your page is that you don't.
Yeah.
You
and
don't do that.
I don't want to. Like,
Right.
you know, I could probably have a larger following if I did certain things.
Yeah.
But like, I'm just not.
That's not your character.
Yeah. I don't, yeah. That's just not me.
Yeah.
You know?
It gives you the ick.
Yeah. I'm just like, I mean, I go to the gym fully dressed, you know, like, not that like I'm, you know, that's just me, you know.
Yeah.
So why am I gonna be half naked on TikTok? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And honestly, like I want to gain more of like a woman based following. Not like, I mean, I welcome the men to not
Sure.
like not like
We know what you mean. We know he knows what you mean. Come on in, boys. It's
But,
not like that.
Yeah. But
If they're gonna follow, they're gonna follow. You
I
can't
see
stop 'em.
myself like helping more women over
Yeah.
men, you know. So
Which I'm sure there's probably guys out there that would watch your videos and go, "Damn, I could do that too." You know, because
Yeah, like, I'm
there
open now. Yeah.
are good guys out there that don't just hyper sexualize every woman they see.
yeah.
You know, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, for sure. But what were we saying? Where were we going with that?
Where are we at? No, I
Oh,
was
like the
just,
hate. Yeah, we were talking about the hate.
Well,
and all
we
that,
were
but-
talking about that and like how it may be easier for women to gain a following and. But if you're sexualizing yourself, now one of the things that bugs me about like I watch, you know, I get like I get everything on my. We'll just stick to TikTok. Well, Instagram too. But there's a lot of women that do the fitness thing, and I'm not even sure if they actually work out or if they just go to the gym so they can pull their little tight little things.
up their
They
booty.
pull them right up in their ass crack so you can literally see everything. It's basically like you're just coloring your flesh at this point. You could just paint that on, and then they bend over, of course, and you can see their future children. And it's like, are you like obviously you're baiting people. You know, whenever I see that, I go to their page and then you look for the little link tree, because if they have that, then okay, you're an OnlyFans model. Like, are you actually working out? Like, you're not influencing anyone to do anything.
So another thing, with that, I mean, please correct me if I'm wrong, but then like when I hear like the influencer women, they're like, oh, it's empowering to women. Like, how?
Yeah.
It's like you're half naked.
Like,
that's empowering.
Yeah. In my opinion, to that point, I feel like if you're going to work out, like, why do you have to? Maybe it's more comfortable to work out like that. I don't know. But like when I go to the gym, I wear like fucking sweatshirts and like baggy pants. Like, I don't want people
I
seeing.
think you can tell like when women are sexualizing themselves or they're like just hot and sweaty and they're just like.
Yeah.
I mean, there's been times where I have taken off like my shirt, you know, and my sports bra or whatever.
Sure.
But I mean, it's because I'm like legit
Yeah.
hot
Yeah.
and, you know.
That makes sense.
But yeah, I don't like I definitely have my opinions about all that, but I feel like it could get me in a lot of trouble. Although there's probably not like.
Don't worry. There's only 200 people that watch, so it's all good.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't really like, you know, a lot of people like to say like women should be able to dress however they want and
100.
men shouldn't be looking or they shouldn't be like
Yeah.
feel like
I mean, if it's there, I'm gonna look.
I know it. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. You know.
I'm just saying. I'm a dude. I had this conversation with a girl the other day. Like, I mean, if you're wearing skin tight pants or if somebody walks by that looks good, I'm gonna look.
Yeah.
You know, I may not like. I'm not gonna glue my eyeball to their asshole, but I mean, I'm definitely gonna look.
Yeah. I don't agree that like women should be out with titties out and like men should just. Like, that's kind of hard to not look at.
Yeah, it's like we're not in like the Victorian period where they had to cover all the way to their ankles, you know. And if a guy saw an ankle, oh dear, Margaret, your ankles are showing.
Yeah, I like the accent. And I hate to say it, but we live like this world is just has it's bad, you know.
Is it?
There's a lot of creepers out there, so
There are.
I just rather not like put myself out there for all the creepers to see.
What do you think the
know?
percentage of creepers versus like good people is on like the internet? Like
Just
10 to
on the
1
internet
creepers?
or like in the world, like
No,
just in
well,
general, like
yeah, on the internet.
on the internet.
I mean, if they're in the world, they're probably on the internet.
I mean, there's a shit ton, honestly.
I would say that it's like
Too many, but
80%.
That's
weirdos.
a high number.
80%
That's a high
weirdo.
number. You
That
have
is
like
very-
zero faith in humanity, do you?
I kind of don't. Dude, I saw like this video the other day. Oh no, you shared it. The Tim Tebow one.
yeah, I was about to say
Did
that.
I?
Yeah, Tim Tebow.
like the Tim Tebow and
Oh
all
yeah,
the
yeah.
dots on the
Yeah,
map.
holy
like,
crap. Yeah,
Yeah.
that scared the hell out of me,
Yeah.
dude.
Mhm.
See what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's creepy, and you never know who they are. You know, like in my old neighborhood when I was married, I found out the hard way that we had like a
Sex
an
offender.
SP, or SO, sex
Yeah.
offender living right next door to us. I think because you just see the little pin, and people would drive by and like real slow, and I'd be out cutting the grass, and people would shooting me dirty looks and shit, and I'm like, what is this? Like there was one day that I was doing it, and it was literally all day that I was getting looks, and people were just giving me like dirty looks. I'm out in the yard cutting grass and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And I don't remember what it was or how I found out, but I found it out that our neighbor's dad moved in, and it put a pin whenever because you have to register whenever you move.
Yeah.
So it put a pin, and it was like right next door.
Oh, God.
And maybe people were thinking it was my house and that I was the guy, but no. And that dude, I don't know anything about him, but all I know is I caught him outside talking to my kids one time, and I was like, "Go inside, girls."
Yeah.
And I was like, "You can finish talking to me."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying that he was related to the guy that's in Maroon 5, the lead singer.
Adam Levine.
Yeah, Adam
Yeah.
Levine. He's like, "Yeah, I have a bunch of." He had like a stack of autographed pictures from Adam Levine saying that they were related to him, and that if they ever come back in town, we can get you backstage passes, you can meet him and stuff.
Thank you.
And he was telling my girls that. I'm like, that's literally the equivalent of want some candy? I've got it in my van. Like get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah.
It's not cool.
I live with Adam Levine. You want to come see me?
Yeah, right. I am Adam Levine. Bullshit.
Yeah.
No, there's a lot of creepy people out there, but like I said, and you're gonna deal with hate. The more you grow, the more
Hate there is.
the more possibility for it. You have a bigger net now, so there's
Yeah.
in some of those fish there's gonna be some fuckheads.
Yeah.
I fortunately haven't gotten that far yet.
None? Really? Oh, wow.
Well,
You're gonna have.
I've
some
had
today
maybe
after that.
no, I won't.
I'll get you. No, I'm just
But I mean, I'd be like you said. I'd be happy to come on, bring it.
Yeah.
I've asked people like, give me some hate. I don't read the comments. First of all, I mean, unless they're here, and I can see them. Which usually Pat's doing this, and he'll either read them or he won't. But like, I don't look at comments, unless it's like somebody I know. Like if you commented on a TikTok video or you did, then I would go, oh, I know them, and I'm like heart it or something, and I move the fuck on. But
Yeah.
I don't like. Some people go to those social media platforms just for the comments. They'll see
Yeah.
a video and they're like, oh, I gotta look at the comments, and they start.
Oh, and she gets fired up.
Yeah, but she's
well,
been very good about
I
it.
like looking at the comments on like funny ones because like sometimes the comments are more
Hilarious.
funny
Yeah.
than the video itself.
For sure.
Like you just crack it up
For sure.
But yeah, I appreciate any engagement.
Yes, that part.
I prefer positive, but I will, hopefully one day I'll be like, you know what, you paying my bills. Son.
That's it.
Like,
That's the goal, right?
and that's literally what they're doing. Like especially like these, influencers that have large followings. Literally, you
Get
are
paid.
engaging. You are paying them.
Yeah, they smile every time they see a little thing come up.
Yeah.
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 They don't read it. They just go, ooh,
They say
more
how
engagement.
much they hate the video that they're commenting on.
Yeah.
Do you? Because you're commenting on it, so it's gonna pop more like on your forehead.
And I think you and I talked about the fact that like, oh shit, I just totally lost my thought. Fucking hate that. Smoked way too much weed as a kid. Facts. No, but like you can. Some people. Oh, I got it. Some people will use that. Like they'll go and look for those negative comments to post them, and to get more engagement because human beings, we look for negative. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, we look for the negative comments. There'll be a million good comments and people giving you kudos and all this stuff, and there'll be one freaking comment that is like, you fucking suck or whatever, and then you won't see all of that. You won't like all of those and respond to all of those. You'll respond to that one comment and give that dude power or that girl power. I don't want to gender them wrong. The asshole power. But and so like in my opinion, I say, if you're gonna do it that way, if you're gonna do that, cool. I don't have a problem with it. If that you might have done a little of that yourself.
Yeah, I did.
We talked about that.
Yeah.
And I just, my only thing is like, if it got you some extra views, cool, dope.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, I don't want to give them power.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah. When you said that, I was like, yeah, that's true. Like, because literally it was just a video to me, another piece of content or whatever. But like when you said it like that, I was like, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Like if I was gonna do it, I would do it with the comment, but blur out their name. Like, and I would definitely not tag them in that video because I don't want them. I mean, not that I don't want them to see it, but I don't need them getting power.
I've seen where some influencers they'll get like ugly DMs or whatever, and they'll literally like screenshot the DM with like a picture of their face.
Yeah, I've seen some of that too.
I follow one girl and she
put them on blast.
Yeah, because they'll be like married or like in a relationship. Like their Instagram says they're married to such and such, and with that person's handle, and she'll like message them. Yeah, be like, do you know your husband is talking to people this way?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
No, good.
That is savage.
I think we need more of that.
Yeah,
I think maybe some of the the uncool people will go away. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably not. They'll just start another account.
Yeah.
So I know you keep looking at your phone. You got to get going. I know you got an appointment. We're getting close, but we'll start wrapping this up.
I'm supposed to go to, what am I doing? What is it called? Silent disco.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Well, you've already had headphones on for the last couple of hours.
Yeah.
So
won't feel any different.
No.
Yeah.
Well, good. We'll get you out of here pretty soon then. But like
usually I'm not doing anything.
Oh, so well, it's just we want you to go have some fun on the weekend, But what is like your overall goal with health, fitness, and social media? Would you say?
So yeah, again, I want to compete eventually. So I'm eventually like I will have to get super lean like when it gets close to that. But like right now, I'm just focusing on body recomposition and just trying to, still shed some weight while building muscle and just getting strong and
learning all you can about the health.
Heavy shit in the gym and
heavy stuff.
Yeah. Oh, stuff. Sorry. Shit's okay. I mean,
you can say shit.
I'm trying not to say the F word too much, but like, I don't know. Anyway. Okay. What?
Said it was an S word, but okay.
Yeah,
that's
what
I said. Like the other words. Yeah. One word at a time.
Don't think about it too hard.
One word at a time.
Yeah. Don't do it on TikTok. They'll ban you.
But like social media, yeah. It's hard because I do have a full-time job and I'm a mom.
Yep.
And I'm in a relationship and all the things. So
work-life balance.
Yeah. So it is hard to like find time to like. I don't know. Half the time I just feel like brain dead, and I just but I don't know what they say is like just post everything.
Yep.
And, I just need to be better at that. But like now that I'm like learning more about the editing stuff, I feel like you said, like the talking videos, now that I realize how simple that was, like, because there was a lot of video where I wasn't saying shit. But once like I edited it on CapCut, like,
cut out all the
cleaned
fluff.
it up so nice. I was like, oh, that's, so that, yeah, I'll definitely like that helps.
That'll enhance your videos more.
The editing can be so time consuming.
Is.
Like I've made, I've recorded videos and then like never posted them because I never got around to like
Well,
editing
now you
them.
can go back
Yeah.
and you have extra content, so you don't even have to think about it.
Except when there was one time, what did I do? I think I logged out or something. You know, if you log out,
Oh, you lose everything.
yeah, you lose your
Yeah.
drafts.
Mhm.
There was one point I like lost some drafts. They
That's
probably
tough.
weren't that good anyways, but
You never know.
yeah.
I tell that to my kid all the time. She's got all of her videos that she's ever made for TikTok are all in her drafts. I'm like, you are fucking funny. You need to post
Which
these.
one?
Gabby.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Bianca. She's
yeah,
hilarious too.
Yeah, both of them.
They're both hilarious, but
Yeah.
they just won't post them. They're more of a consumer than they are a, producer.
And that's okay. I mean, not every, yeah. And again, like I would literally just do it for fun, and
Yeah.
I wouldn't like stress about like posting or the views that I get, and because to be honest, I do stress about it a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I am
You're
trying
human.
to. That is my goal. Like I am trying to grow my social media so that I can eventually like reach more people, like clientele and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Clientele. That makes it seem like a little promiscuous, but
No,
it's not like that.
no. As long as you don't do what that other girl did, I think you'll be fine.
Yeah. No, I eventually want to get to the point where people like come to me.
Mhm.
I'm not having to like super sell my stuff.
Right,
like,
right.
You know,
And then word of mouth. And
Yeah.
people share your stuff.
people see that like I'm living the lifestyle, like
Mhm.
I'm preaching, or I'm living what I'm preaching, and man, I want to work with her. Like that's where I want to get.
Well, good. I'm looking forward to seeing that happen. And when you come by, you're like, oh my God, I had 3 people reach out to me and they want to work with me. It's so cool. Or they're just
Yeah.
telling me that like my videos are inspirational. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So like whatever it is, find the positive in it.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure it's a tough
For
thing.
sure that.
For sure, dude. But at any rate, well, I'm thank you for coming in
You're
and hanging out with me, and thank you for coming and hanging out.
Mhm.
And sorry I didn't have you on camera.
It's fine.
She told me one thing. I'd set it up for one thing, and then
I didn't know. Like, I wish we could all
Well,
get in a
eventually,
conversation.
my goal for this is to have enough equipment and enough things to where I can. It's already set up for either 1 or 10 people,
Mm-hmm.
and all I got to do is flip a switch, and we'll get there.
Yeah.
We're gonna get there.
I
It's not a
believe
big
in
deal.
you.
I believe in you.
I do. I really
Well,
do.
thank you.
I really do.
Appreciate it. I appreciate that. There was something else that I was. Oh, what piece of advice?
Oh gosh.
Can you come on? You come on, transformation coach Amanda. You need to give some advice to those people that are having a hard time getting off the bench. The people that are thinking about it, but they're having a hard time launching. And you guys can both answer this, not at the same time, but
I don't know if I came up with this quote. I want to say that I did.
Okay.
I don't know if it like somebody else came. So, but
Maybe some parallel
I didn't get
thinking.
it from anywhere. Like I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Anyways, but something that I like to say is it's hard, but it's not that hard.
Mhm.
It's really not. Like
Your mom probably said that.
maybe. Oh, wait, what?
No, I mean most people's moms will tell you that. Like,
Yeah.
Just keep working at it, honey. It'll get better.
Yeah. Yeah. She probably said it in another way. But
Yeah.
like, yeah. Because it is hard. But when you think about things that are actually really hard,
Mhm.
like fighting cancer or, I don't know. There's a lot of
Ending world hunger.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Like finding the time and the energy to think about your health and wellness is probably not as hard
It's
as all
really
that.
yeah, it's really there's so much more like
And how privileged are we to live here and be able to think about that and not we don't live in one of those places where we live in the jungle or we're like finding rats to eat.
yeah.
Because that's real. That's some
Yeah.
real shit. Like there's
100%.
people out there like third world
Seriously.
countries and stuff.
Mhm.
like I know it sounds corny, but I'm blessed to be able to move my body. Like I'm blessed to be able to do this,
Yeah.
Yeah, it truly is like like that I am able. There's
Mhm.
people that are wheelchair bound and
Yeah.
things like that. Like
Those people just need to get up out of that chair and start working. No, I'm
I've
kidding.
seen I have yeah.
I've seen some people.
Yes, I've seen like people
Not good
wheelchair, doing pull-ups
Oh,
in their
well,
wheelchair.
for sure.
and
I
I'm
thought
just
you were
like,
talking about the influencers that actually think
Oh,
what I was just joking about.
Oh
but-
no. But I'm like, yeah, I see videos like that, and I'm like, yeah, I for sure can just go to the gym, like,
Yeah.
with my working legs, like,
Yeah, we take it for granted.
yeah. But
Sometimes.
I think you have to want it bad enough too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I didn't want it bad enough for the longest time,
Mm-hmm.
and I eventually got to the point where I was like fed up, and I was like, and it just clicked in my brain, and you have to find something that you like too. Like there were times that I would go to the gym, literally just go to the gym, didn't know what I was doing, you know, do one set of everything in the gym.
And then leave.
And then do 10 minutes on the treadmill and leave. And it was better than nothing, but like find something you love and do that. It doesn't
feel like work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good advice.
No,
what about you?
I guess it's more of like,
it must be
I don't know, when people come up to me or something, especially people at work, and they always ask me like, you know, like, oh yeah, I really love your discipline and stuff. I'm like, I mean, it's just force of habit at this point. But oh hey, there's a camera.
Look how handsome.
I guess I see more potential in people. Like when you tell me your goal, it's like, can you really do it? And I ask them a bunch of questions. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, you really got what it takes. But just keep that energy when it's actually, you start getting used to stuff and just follow the plan. Like my client Jay, you know, he came to me and he's a certified personal trainer. And I had him, he lost 4 pounds by himself working. He was training for like 8 months, he said, and he lost a total of 4 pounds. Within a month working with me, I got him 20 pounds down. So yeah. And it's just like, he followed the plan, and I believed in him, he believed in me, and it's like, I know the stuff that I do, actually, people think it's like it's hard, but it's actually, like how Amanda said, it's not really that hard. Just follow the plan, and it's easier than it actually is. Yeah. But yeah.
Cool. Switching it back around, I don't know why I lost focus on you.
Why can't I hear you?
You're like, ew, we don't like
It's
him.
because Mike's way over. I told you they cancel out a lot of shit.
I was like, I can hear you, but not.
But not good. It's like way over here. I'm so far away. Yeah, I lost focus on you, but he's a handsome man, guys.
Oh, no, I can see you.
Oh, yeah, hi.
From over here.
Well, on that, and thank you again, and thank you again.
Thank
and
you.
We can do this again if you want. If you feel like, you know, you have something coming up or something you want, you know, when you get ready to do your competition, for sure, we'll talk about it.
For sure.
Either before or maybe after, you know.
Yeah.
We can talk about it and see what your experience was
That'll
like.
be a while, but
Yeah.
yeah, we can.
Well, we
yeah.
got some time.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can think about it.
Yeah.
All that good stuff. But thank you guys for joining us today, and I look forward. Here, let me do the thing that Pat does. Okay. I look forward to you guys watching this episode and then joining me next week on next week's episode. I will have, I believe it is Connor with the Who Are You podcast. He will be back in with us. It will be his 3rd time on the podcast. Yes, take your gum with you.
I'm gonna put it back in my mouth.
And that's it for now, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, and we'll see you. Bye.